And we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing out there, out in the internet world? My name's Jeff Evans with Social Dealer Connect, and I know the lighting's weird, but I'm coming to you from Moab, Utah, and the scenery behind me is so freaking spectacular, it doesn't matter what I look like, so we're just going to go with that. I am so pleased to be on this broadcast with Rob. Rob, are you there?
I'm here, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
All right, sweet. Rob Daughtry from Rob's Wildlife Photography and Wildlife Photography Photo Tours. This guy, I met him at a speed networking event a few months ago for the Salt Lake Circle. And what a fantastic story about, I mean, talk about a dream job, dude. Dream job. I mean, that's why I had to come down to Moab with this scenery behind me to have some chance of competing with you. So why don't you give us a little bit of an overview of what you do, and then we'll continue past that.
Okay, sounds good. But by the way, it is a beautiful setting behind you. I quite envious. It's just a little cloudy around here in northern Utah, and I like your background. So. But anyway, Rob Daugherty with robswildlife.com. I'm originally from Oregon. I grew up there. I was born and raised in a smaller town just east of Portland called Hood River. Did a little bit of wildlife growing up, and in my 20s and 30s, and not much. Not until I moved down here to Utah in 2005, and just seen all of the opportunities. We have so much wildlife down here. It's incredible. I mean, we'll get into all the other the types of wildlife we have around here and stuff. But basically, that's what got me into it, was just the abundance of wildlife, and just jumped into it, full force, both feet, and I just now do this constantly, traveling the world and seeing just amazingly beautiful animals all over. So, a lot of scenery too, but my basic thing is the wildlife.
All right, well, I don't know if you know, Rob, but right behind you, there's a menacing looking animal right behind you, so look out, okay?
I hear you. Up until that animal, that coyote there, I had never backed away from any bear, any wolf, anything. And I've been, really close to a lot of things. This was such a menacing look. I had no idea. I mean, in my mind, I know, okay, it's a coyote. It's not going to attack me. But that look was so serious, So I backed away from it. Since then I've had a couple others, but it was such a menacing look. That was taken here in Utah as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, actually, on the way down here, I saw quite a few. Had to dodge a few deer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Over Soldier Summit. So yeah, tons of wildlife here. So talk to me a little bit. First of all, let's talk about what your business is exactly, so the folks out there know what you do, and how they might want to be involved with your business.
You bet. I started off just traveling around and taking images of wildlife and selling them online, and getting into magazines, doing calendar stuff like that. And I would have people, it's like, oh my goodness, that just that's an amazing place, amazing animal. I would love to go there. And so I started taking, a few people here and there, different places, and, the results were just phenomenal. So it's like, okay, yeah, I can turn that into a business as well. I've been an entrepreneur most of my life. My other business making photo vests and police and military vests, I've had that for 25 years. I had 7.5 years with doing a private investigation business that I started. I'm always, going down that road of, new businesses and helping people develop other businesses. So that's how I got into the photo tours. So, and, as far as that, go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish. I was just saying that's quite a mixed bag. That's for sure.
Yeah. The private investigation really doesn't, go with the rest of the stuff, but, it is. But the photo tours, I do Africa, I do Alaska, do Yellowstone, Tetons, all over Utah. Next week I'm headed down to Southern, down to actually about 30 minutes from where you're at right now to do some bighorn sheep tours, and I got some people coming in, to go out on that. I've taken quite a few people down there. That's a great location. Always a lot of action. If you get on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/robswildlife, you can see some of the incredible videos of just the ram just crashing their horns over and over. You can hear it echo throughout the canyon and stuff. There is nothing like it. So, be sure to check out that. But we have bald eagle through here and moose and everything.
So you're doing a bighorn tour next week. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. I do it every year.
That's funny because I'm having 6 bighorns over for dinner tonight. So
right
I'll
on.
let them know you're coming. Fantastic. A way to think outside of being an entrepreneur is one way. You have to think outside of the box all the time. And that shows me with your, the mixed bag from, the photo tours literally all over the world to private investigation, which actually makes me more frightened now. So, anyway, obviously I do social media for a living and help out clients and consult and do speaking gigs and stuff like that. And social media is about stories. And I've looked through your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your YouTube page, and those are full of fantastic content. So maybe give me a little bit of idea of how you are using social media to forward your story.
You bet. I'm really, I have a good presence in all the top ones. Instagram, excuse me, Google Plus, Facebook, Twitter, but my biggest engagement seems to be coming and has been for many years is from Facebook. I've got a great following there, interaction, very supportive. I think one thing that sets me apart from other photographers of where I'm at, is my accessibility and just putting myself out there. I have Julia, that my girlfriend, that goes to a lot of these places, locations with me, and we'll do crazy funny videos. We'll actually video the wildlife that I'm photographing, stuff like that. And I think that just allows people to see me. Yes, they like and enjoy the photos, but they can relate with me as a photographer, and I'm accessible to them. I'll take anybody's calls, or text, or help anybody out with whatever they need. So and there's absolutely no way that could have been accomplished without social media.
Well, absolutely. And so as far as so you mentioned, I've noticed your videos, and you mentioned your girlfriend, right?
Yep.
She's in the house right there. I'm sure she's got it, right?
We'll have her jump in there.
Talk about being on, going out with your best friend and having adventures of that level is fantastic. So give me a story about some of the fun things that you've done together, and feel free to bring her in at any point.
Okay. Well, everybody, this is Julia.
Oh, there she is.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there.
So
All right.
some recent memorable ones was we went to Monterey to photograph the whales. I've always been fascinated by whales, but never had the chance to get real close, except one time when I was jet skiing. I got really close, but that's a whole nother story. But we went down to Monterey, went out on 7 different whale watching tours. And we were in some serious waves a couple times, but she's back there with, either taking still pictures herself or videos, or taking, videos or pictures of me doing that. And, we posted a lot of that on Facebook, and it just gives, a little behind the scenes, action of, the stuff that I post up later,
All right. How about an official introduction too there, Rob?
Sure. This is Julia Coronado. She's with she has uplevelcoaching.com. She's a
The
life
website,
nice.
it's under construction though, so don't go there right now until it's done.
right.
So that, and then are you?
All right, cool.
So Izzy's pretty.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I approached you about doing this interview is just, again, it's all about your storytelling and just what a unique situation, not only you, Rob, with the business in general, but also how the two of you together capture it. And social media is all about not anybody wanting to be sold on something so much, but more about hearing about stories and seeing what the background or the culture is of a type of business. And yours is it's just crazy with fantastic content. So in the storytelling sense, give us a story of one of your top ones. We talked about a couple on the phone when I was driving down to Moab. But so tell us something. Tell us something that makes you different from the rest of the people that are providing tours at that level.
Just one?
Yeah,
That's not right.
I get
Anything. I mean,
a few.
you could give me a mixed bag of stories, whatever. But I'm definitely going to have you guys back on again. But just give me a couple of highlights.
Yeah, the one that always comes to mind. I go to Yellowstone a lot, like about 8 to 10 times a year, every year. And, I'm very, very successful with bears, finding them, photographing them, spending, quality time with them. And I took a guy from Chicago up there. Oh, what was it? It was either 2013 or 14. We went up there for 4.5 days. And normally I see 18, 20, 22 bear in a 2 or 3 day weekend. And that's a lot because I talk to hundreds and hundreds of people that, hey, I've been to Yellowstone a dozen times, never seen a bear one, and it's like, okay, you have to know where they're at. You have to know the time of day. You have to do the research and stuff. But I took this guy from Chicago up there, 4.5 days, we seen 44 bear. Needless to say, he was very, very pleased with the tour that I provided for him. But,
Wow.
So
Rob, would we call you the bear whisperer?
I don't know about that, but I really have a bond. I have a connection with bears. Without a doubt, my favorite animal to photograph.
I don't.
Why is that?
I don't think that's the best story. I think the best story for me, because I still laugh, is when we were going and remember we saw the grizzly, and you're like, we're going, and Yellowstone, if you've been to Yellowstone in the summertime, it's like crazy, right? It's like people are thinking it's not going to be there next year. So there's cars totally lined up, and we're going through, and so he tries to find this spot, and it goes down into like this little embankment thing, and we're waiting, and we're like, anybody know what's there? And there's a guy that had been tracking it all morning, and he's like, yeah, it's down there. So he, of course, wants a better view. So what do? You remember what you did?
Go ahead, you can tell.
So he totally jumps on top of his Tahoe. And I'm like, whoa! And he's like, I just got to make sure it's down there. Like, I know what I'm looking for, and I can't see it from where I'm at. So I'm going to adjust so that I have a different vantage point. So he's totally on top of the Tahoe. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I think I wrote a video of that.
There's video of that on
why
there.
Wouldn't he be at the top? But what's funny is that he got the vantage point, and then he's like, okay, I know what's going to happen from here. I've seen this before, and I know what's going to happen. So we pulled down this street. It didn't seem like there was any cars. It was like off to the side, and he's like, we're going to stop right here because the bear's going to come up and come right past us. And these other cars are like, oh, there's a bear, there's a bear. And he's like, yeah, it's back there, but I'm just waiting for it because I know it's going to come. And they're like, well, we're going to go see it. So they take off down the street. Meanwhile, we're waiting. He gets his camera ready. Guess what happens, right
out in front of the Tahoe.
And then the bear takes a poop before it crosses the street, but it is literally right in front of our car. And I'm like, holy crap, there's a bear! And he's like, that's what I do. Like, I know the ins and outs. I know their behavior. I know what to expect. Normal tour guides would know that. They'd be like, oh, there's a bear right there. Oh, we happen to see a bear. He knows where they're at. He knows their mannerisms, their activity, all that stuff. But yeah,
I'd say about 95% of the time I can predict where the bear's coming out and what he's going to do. It's just, and that just comes from spending so much time with him.
and I live for the time where he doesn't.
Yeah, so I'm admitted. I'm an admitted cat lady man. I have a beautiful little white cat, so I would call you a bear lady man. Is that possible? I don't know. That's just like crazy stories. You know the behavior of such a, I don't even know the right adjective, just such a amazing animal, daunting animal that you can predict where they're going to come out, and you can bring your clients and have an experience like that. That's crazy. So anyway, obviously you've been to Yellowstone, and you're going to come down southern Utah near where I am. Tell us about something a little bit more exotic that maybe some of us have not even imagined about even going to. It's like some of your African adventures or something like that. Can you do that for me?
When it comes to that, I'm a bucket list facilitator. So if that's on your bucket list, I can take care of it. February, I'm headed back over to Tanzania. I've been over to Africa twice. In May this year, I was over there for 3 weeks. I went to, let's see if I can, I always forget a country or two, but I was in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Tanzania. Yeah, and I know I'm forgetting one, but anyway, February, I'm headed back to Tanzania for a 10-day photo tour. I'll be taking up to 10 people with me, on that trip. And it is a bargain. It's $5,700 plus air, roughly. I think it's $5,758 right in there, plus airfare. But if you get online and you start searching tours, most of them are $10,000, $11,000, $12,000. So plus, you get to go hang out with me. When I was over there,
that's worth the price of admission right there, dude. Right there. Yeah.
That gives some extra value. But I went in like I say, May, just to check out the Tanzania area. That's not the prime migration time. That's February, and the other migration is late September, October. So I was overwhelmed with the amount of animals that I've seen. I mean, just every day we're seeing the big five. I've seen probably almost 1,000 hippopotamus. Rhinos all over the place. Lion. I had a lion come up, laid against the Land Cruiser that we're in, started licking the tire. I take the iPhone and I'm video right over. I mean, we're like 3 feet away. The lion looks up at me with these big, huge eyes. But 3 feet from a lion, it was amazing. But yeah, February this year, get on my website, robswildlife.com/Africa. Oh, you'll be impressed by some of the videos and photos that I got, and you'll want to go yourself.
We might have to work out some trade there, Rob.
There we go.
Oh boy, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. So obviously, this is a hangout about your use of social media. So let me get back to that a little bit. You said that Facebook has been a very successful tool for your business. Have you received actual clients and signups through Facebook, and how did that happen?
Absolutely. Just, like I say, I have a great following. So when I post up something like an upcoming photo tour or something, I've got a faithful group that'll share those posts and stuff. And then their friends are, seeing them. And that's usually the way it's, happening, because, my core friends, they know what I do and they know the tours, and, I do it every year, but they'll share it on their pages, and then their friends will see it, and, they'll go. And that's how I get, a lot of them. But, as for my, my other business, thevestguy.com, I sell a lot of, photography vests and bean bags from using this equipment. And then, people see the video of me in Africa or, around here and stuff. And it's like, hey, where'd you get that photo vest? And so those two complement each other. And I sell quite a bit, from direct sales from social media. Just real quick, it's funny because when Facebook first started, years ago, I would spend, an insane amount of time. And I would have big players in the photography industry. You know, it's like, what are you doing, Rob? You're wasting your time. You know, are you seeing any results? Are you getting any, you know, tours or any orders? And it's like, you know, just be patient. It'll pay off. I guarantee it. And now, you know, it certainly has. But you have to put in the work. You have to be diligent. You have to be consistent with it.
Yeah, consistency is definitely huge, and you know, Facebook and all of the social media algorithms reward that, and your audience. It seems like what you've got going on is what a lot of people strive for, Rob, is that you understand your audience and the type of content and what they want to see. Would you agree with that? That you work on not only your consistency, the type of content that you put out that engages your audience and keeps them coming back for more.
Exactly. You know, a lot of times I'll put up, you know, what do you guys want to see today? Do you want to see lions, elephants, bears, eagles, rams, you know, and I'll put up and you know, then I'll add up all the results and, you know, boom, I'll edit that picture up, throw it up, and, you know, if I got time, I'll throw a couple more in the list. But I want to give people exactly, you know, what they want to see. You know, what I think, you know, I may think, you know, something's just an amazing picture, but, you know, it's not what you know, what people want to see. So I'll throw that out quite a bit, you know, just a poll. Give me the animal that you want to see me, you know, post up.
I think a big part too is that you're establishing relationships, and I think that is huge. For instance, there's a lady that she follows. I mean, all the time she will comment on all of his stuff, and we saw that it was her birthday, and so we wanted to do something special for her. And so, what did we do?
You know, we took over a calendar and I think a couple pictures, and we took some cupcakes over, and you know, presented them to her. I mean, it was an emotional deal for her. It was a big deal. She's not she can't get out of the house very easy and stuff, and you know, it was a big deal for her. I mean, to us, yeah, I'm dropping off a calendar and some cupcakes, and but you know, it made her day, and you know, she's you know, for the past year or two, she's been an extremely, you know, loyal, faithful, you know, follower and contributor and stuff. So, you know, things like that.
Well, and she ended up going on a tour.
Well, yeah, that's great. That's
so
awesome. I mean,
but
that's one of the things about social media is how you show your own personal culture, is how we get to talk to who's large and in charge, and I get an idea of how you do business and how you treat your clients like, you know, they're close friends and give them the best experience. I mean, you got to admit that a lot of people that go on these tours with you are people that this is like once in a lifetime stuff.
Right.
Like, this is like, I will never do this again. So I need the most bang for my buck and not even take the money out of it. I need the most bang for my life enrichment.
Yeah.
And you are providing that, and I can tell already that you provide that service at an extremely high level, and through your social media networks, you're being able to prove that and garner an audience that recognizes your extreme value and for me, extreme jealousy over what you do, and that's super cool.
Well, like today, there was a lady that she was trying to order a print, and she again is a faithful follower. It's a different lady, and she was saying she was having issues. She's like, I'm going to check out, and I'm getting this and this, and this doesn't seem right. And so I messaged her, and I just said, hey, you know, give me a call. And so she called, and it's funny, just talking on the phone, she's like, oh my gosh, you're the same on the phone as you are in the videos. And I'm kind of like, what else would you expect? Because I don't hold things back. But it was the fact that she felt comfortable enough to be like, hey, Rob, I'm going to order this and something doesn't seem right. What can you do about that? Woohoo!
Just a second.
Can we fix it up?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll get it done.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
That's got some office.
Was that your photographer?
What's that?
No, it's funny. These things can be kind of weird as far as you never know what's going to happen. So
Right.
that's the beauty of live broadcasts, isn't it?
But what I was saying is that she felt comfortable enough to reach out to say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. and I'm not quite sure what to do. And he responded back and was like, hey, let me look into it and see what we can do for you. But it's having that kind of relationship that they feel comfortable enough to do that. So it's not just some guy that's posting pictures that doesn't care what the receiving audience thinks or feels or what their experience is like. So it is very empowering, the type of relationships you build.
Yeah, that's a beautiful example. And for our audience, just so everybody knows, this interview will be archived on Social Dealer Connect's YouTube channel. After it's over with, I will put in all of Rob's social media links, to all of his businesses and everything. So it'll be easy to get a hold of him. So as we're getting to the end of our interview, Rob, I want to ask if somebody, after they've seen this, they want to go and say, maybe go to your, let's say your YouTube channel. Which video would you send a new potential client to that would?
You know, I'd go to my YouTube channel and go to the search bar and type in Rams, and there's like 3 or 4 Rams, you know, that are just crashing their horns. It is such an impressive video. You know, when I seen them, I was about probably 500-600 yards down a canyon, hiked way up, and I thought they'd be long gone by the time I got up there. But got up there, photographed them for a bit, and you know, did the video of them and stuff. But literally, it's an epic Ram video. So that would, you know, I would send you to that one first.
That's cool. An epic Ram video.
Yep.
Reminds me of my days when I worked for Dodge.
Ram tough.
Even better.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to bring this to a close, and I hope you guys would agree to come back on with me, you know, in a few months to catch up, and we can see what we can do from there. Again, for everybody, I will post online everything that has to do with Rob and all of his businesses and all the fun, amazing adventures that you definitely could get in on with him.
Exactly.
If you have that bucket list thing, and there's, you know, I can't think of anything more spectacular. I mean, really, Christmas is coming up, and how many people remembers what they got last year? Spend that money on life-altering experiences. Wouldn't you say, Rob?
Exactly. Book my Africa trip. I guarantee you will never forget it, and it would be the experience of a lifetime.
All right. Well, that sounds fantastic. So we're going to bring our interview today to a close, and we will have Rob back. My name is Jeff Evans. I'm founder of Social Dealer Connect. I do speaking engagements. I help businesses out with their social media presence on multiple levels, and I am like so happy that I got to meet Rob here and find out what he does and how that can, just the life enrichment possibilities are endless and not for that much money when you think about it. So anyway, if you want to wrap up and just tell the folks, if you had if you had a Twitter feed, 140 characters or less, that kind of summed up what you do, what would it be?
I provide an unforgettable wildlife experience. My Africa trip may be out of budget range for some people, but I have a lot of local stuff that's very, very, very affordable, and those as well. Imagine just being 10, 15 yards from bald eagles, down there eating, and fighting with each other and stuff. It's epic.
Awesome. You know what? I still like hashtag bear whisperer better, but we'll work on it. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Jeff Evans here, live from look behind me. Woo, freaking awesome, Southern Utah, Moab, Utah, and happy to have Rob talk about his business and how he can provide life-changing experiences for people, and I appreciate it so much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it. You enjoy
All right, and
the weather.
all right, I'll see you back in the SLC soon. Okay.
You got it.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.